LPT, selling a vehicle. Stop into a very nice neighborhood to take pictures. Buyers will be more interested to buy a vehicle from classy people who have money to keep it maintained. I didn't know this was unethical. We did that last time we sold our car, lol. I'll learn a lot about myself from this sub. Apparently I'm not that great of a person here. You're not a bad person if you do this. Unethical practice would be to cover up scratches with a temporary solution or something similar. I'm sorry, but if someone is swayed to buy a car because it seemingly belongs to someone wealthy, and they wouldn't if it seemingly belongs to an average person, they're an idiot. These people are the reason why men's magazines have car ads with hot chicks. To be fair, I think most of us would see a car in a nice neighborhood in a more positive light, even if it's subconscious. That's where the good Halloween candy is at. As soon as GPS takes me to the hood and the ad showed a 3-story with a new driveway, I'd be turning around, lol. Meeting place elsewhere. This should be done anyways, because if something goes wrong with the car, the people who bought it might blame you and come to your house harassing you. Not always a bad thing to know where to find the seller. I bought a used car from a guy back in December, and the sale went on before I was halfway home. Turned right back around and got my money back, plus $30 for the gas I dumped into the damn thing. You're the reason I've sold 2 cars away from my house. I'm not trying to scam you out of anything, and I'm upfront about any issues. But once you leave, I plan on never seeing you again. Same way fast food restaurants advertise their food. That's more like selling a Porsche 911, and when you show up it's actually a Prius. It has 4 wheels. I know what I have / no lowballing. They're in the trunk. Pro tip, get it detailed before you sell it. Spending a couple $100 on a wash, clay, wax and interior cleaning can get you a lot more on the top end for selling a vehicle, especially if you pay for an all-in-one polish. The last time I was about to sell my car, I got it detailed. Another guy was at the detail shop and asked me why I was getting it detailed. I told him I was going to sell it, and he bought it from me right then and there. When someone brings a nice, relatively new vehicle to me to detail, and it's all swirled and scratched from the automatic washer, I always recommend my signature wash and an AIO polish. When I hit them with the price, they are usually surprised and apprehensive, since most people aren't expecting to pay $400 to $600 for a detail. At this point, I break out the KBB app in my phone and pull up the sale pricing for their vehicle at good, where it is now, vs excellent, where I can get it, and when they see that, if they get it polished and maintain it better, they can get 5-6k more out of it when it's time to sell. They are generally much more receptive of my pricing. Going from good to excellent because it's shinier, well, that rating have more to do with like the engine. If the owner is regularly changing the oil, rotating the tires, and doing manufacturer's recommended maintenance, there shouldn't be anything wrong with the vehicle on that front. Many more people buy a vehicle because they want something new, and if you have a used vehicle that has a clean Carfax and feels new because of a clean interior and nice paint, it will sell for much higher. Not sure this is unethical, but I like it. I work at a private club, and I have noticed lots of people taking photos of their cars recently in our parking lot. I figured that's what was up. More likely it's enthusiasts taking photos of their cars. Not those kinds of cars, believe me. Car enthusiasts love all kinds of cars. I knew a guy whose father kept a 1995 Sentra in perfect condition. That's a true enthusiast. My local senator did this for her election bid. Only problem was that she chose a property that has a huge oil stain all across the driveway. Deleted. No senator wants porn on their public photos and events. This is everywhere on Craigslist. It's unusable. More often than not, the background is too nice for my town. Those trees don't belong. Total scam. Instantly dismiss them. Yup, I see it all the time. A BMW post in front of palm trees posted in Maine. Craigslist equals scam. Only $1,300 and they accept money wires. You're a fool for passing it up. Solid advice. Thinking about selling mine and never considered how a background can influence perspective. I also don't think this is unethical. This is just salesman logic 101 and I'm all for it lol. I once had to drive into a gated community to look at a $1,600 Honda Civic. The thing was an absolute shitbox. Leaked oil everywhere. Window didn't roll all the way up. Stained interior. That feeling when it's actually a good tip, but you wanna downvote it to keep it to yourself. Hell, that could be one. Downvote good alts so they don't become common knowledge and you can still use them at your leisure. Apostrophe. Had to downvote. Too close to the truth. The first thing a buyer that would even notice something like that would do is ask to see proof of the upkeep. People who put a lot of money into maintaining their cars much of the time keep receipts or any other paperwork that could prove the work was done. It's as easy as leaving a receipt in your glove box. And other people don't keep/have receipts of everything done for the car. I sold over 3 cars and was never asked something stupid like proof of upkeep. That's not stupid, it's the absolute least you'd do if you're not a complete and total dipshit. Sounds like you sold some cars to some idiots. Luckily a sample size of 3 cars is proof of absolutely nothing, which is what your input here has amounted to. K. I lived across from the Cut Spring Training Stadium. Sold my 2001 Prius with 200k miles by getting a car wash and taking glamour shots of it in front of the ballpark at sunset. Lol. I buy and sell a lot of second-hand vehicles for profit. I will always prioritize a vehicle in a nice neighborhood and will always take photographs in a flattering location. This is very accurate. The trick I use is taking photos of the car as soon as you buy it so it doesn't have paint swirls and things on it and it always looks mint condition. Use those photos when you try to sell it. The real alt is in the comments. That and you don't want pictures of your own house in the background. There are bad people out there. Not exactly the same, but when I used to sell or rent out a place I would park my sports car in the garage. Guys always remembered my place out of all their choices. Lots of people do this on Craigslist lol, now I know. And if you're selling on eBay, take pictures of the product on a granite countertop, maybe with a scarily reflection in the toaster. This is called marketing. Or go to a nice neighborhood, take pictures of their cars then sell them. Turns out you can also get timing belt stickers and oil change slips on eBay. Not a nice hood, just a nice spot. Not at 9 PM in your project car, it'll drive way in the dark with only your cell phone light to illuminate all the paint scratches from your brush runs. Just go to the fucking park an hour before sunset for Christ's sake and wash the goddamn car for once in your miserable life. Act like you care at least. r/illustrators. This sounds like more of a r/life tips post. It's cheating technically. How is this cheating? It's not like they were expecting the car to come with the scenery. They are getting exactly what was advertised. It's just more appealing images. Is it cheating when McDonald's shows a picture of a burger on a white background instead of a dirty table? Is it cheating to take the picture with an extremely expensive camera? Or just have your wife or niece in a string bikini and pose with the car? Yeah, but everybody knows she may have come in the car, but she doesn't come with the car. That's not bad at all. This is like the #1 tip when selling a used car. Since the beginning. Thanks up, I guess, is your next alt breathing and blinking. LPT, my mom was the classy one. Yeah, I know, the kind who sends food back. She drove her car for so long without changing the oil that it caught on fire. Not if it's an old Jeep. Jeep owners know what's up. Till Jeep owners are inherently mentally superior. I'll make sure my kids put that on their college entry essays. Do I need to put the /s on this, or is it clear enough? It's the internet. Never can be too careful. /s now watch me get brigaded by Jeep owners. What? No jackass, I'm saying you cold and sell it, no matter how nice the neighborhood. Because old Jeeps are a huge pain to keep running. Jeep owners know the pain and suffering they'd go through if they bought it. So what happens when they come to buy it? You should never be selling out at your house. Always in a public area. WTF, I've never heard that rule before. Is this one of those only in America things? It's common sense. Really? I live in Canada though. I mean you can sell it out your driveway, but it's best not to for many reasons. I use Kijiji a lot and almost always meet sellers right outside their home. Many even invite me in though I decline. However when I'm selling, it's always the local bank/TTC station etc. Hardly unethical. That's just good sense. Even aside from a good neighborhood. Find a nice looking place. If your car is sat in front of a crack house people won't be interested. He is not the one that has to do it for the first one. He sent me a letter that I was just thinking of doing it wrong. No matter how many days till July of next week is Thanksgiving Day to go on the road and I have a great day today. I will get you some money down there with me to get you to know how much you love the way I could have done that. Well said. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.